Hello, society. We're live. How's everybody doing? Great. Fantastic. Do we have sound? Can you verify
Let
that we
me
have
check.
sound?
I'm checking.
Thank you so
to see
much.
if we have
I'm
sound.
seeing the little bars go up and down.
I hear me. I hear you.
I hear everything. That's great. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Well then, welcome the Tabletop Gamers Twitch. This is the Come Out Roll. We are an actual play stream focused on highlighting queer narratives, queer games, and queer players presented by the Tabletop Gamers. I am Jake, he, him, and I will be your game master today. Jesse, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Jesse. I am one of the board members with Tabletop Gamers. I'm in charge of the streaming and the content creation and our upcoming revamp of our YouTube channel. I'll be playing Violet Knight today. And what else? I don't know, but you're right. It is about damn time, India. It is about damn time.
Yeah, it's about damn time. In a minute, I'm gonna need Robert to introduce himself. No, actually.
Hello. Right. Okay. Hello. I'm Robert, also known as Radio Owls. He, him. I am being playing the role of Stella Star. I don't know. Is there anything else?
Yes. Give us a fun fact about yourself.
Oh, fun fact.
Yeah.
No one else had to give a fun fact.
I know, but you asked if I had anything else.
I am afraid of fish. There
all
you go.
Excuse me, what?
Oh, I'm afraid of fish.
All of them.
Okay.
All of them.
You should never publicly reveal a weakness like that.
I realized that as soon as I said it.
I am not sharing my biggest.
Your kryptonite? Smart.
No, my what is it? My phobia. My phobia is very specific, and you don't need to know.
Fair, reasonable, smart, even. We've also got with us Lad. Lad, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Lad. You can find me at CMSI Esports often playing all kinds of games like League of Legends. And I'll be playing a character named Veronica for short. I'm very excited to get into it.
What are your pronouns, Lad?
My pronouns are he, him, but Veronica's pronouns are she, her.
I love to hear it. Incredible. So team, we unfortunately last week did not have everyone around to do the relationship creation part of the game. So that is one last piece of this, basically establishing like relationships between all of the different characters. I'm going to pull up the relationship worksheet. Team, I'm so sorry to backtrack. I know everybody wanted to see story time today, but we absolutely have to do this. And so I'm trying to do I wanted to do like all of the like setup and stuff on camera so that everyone could like see it. And like if you ever are like, oh, how do you play Thristy Sword Lesbians? Then you could say, oh yeah, the Tabletop Gamers did that one time and they did every single thing that they possibly could do on camera. So, basically what's going to happen is for each of us, for each character type, and so our characters today are the Chosen, being played by Jesse, the Scoundrel, being played by Robert, appropriately so, and then the Beast, being played by Lad. So basically the way that it works is everybody has 3 questions for like relationships. Since we only have 3 players, I'm gonna have everybody answer 2 of them. You can just pick whichever one's your favorite. I'm gonna zoom in just a wee bit. So you can actually, oh yeah, look, that's perfect. Look at that. So you can see it on our thing. The Beast has 3 questions, Chosen has 3 questions, Scoundrel has 3 questions. You're going to answer each of them. Oh my goodness, excuse me. You're going to answer each of them with a different character to sort of establish a relationship. And then after we have done that, we are going to determine whether or not we think they have strings on each other. For each of them, like, you know, it's sort of like you can either get 1 or 0, 1 or 2 strings, which is potentially useful. The strings are a kind of currency in the game. Currency is a little bit maybe weird, but there's like a currency in the game where basically you can influence how things go for other people that you have strings on. And that's it. Great. Fantastic. So I'm going to the page where it talks about doing this, just so that we can make sure we do it right. Do. I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that. There was a large crash in the kitchen and a missing dog.
That's bad.
No.
That's a bad feeling.
Oh no.
Yeah, seriously. Is everything okay?
I didn't see anything immediately amiss, but he is sitting in the corner looking guilty.
Okay, well, I love that. So we're gonna take turns proposing relationships, starting with whoever feels inspired, based on the questions. You can remember, you can always say no to a proposed relationship. So if you don't like it, again, this is a what's it called? Collaborative storytelling thing. At the end, we're going to give each character 0, 1, or 2 strings on you. So for each person you have a relationship, you're going to potentially give them a string on you, which means they will be able to influence you one way or another as you go forward in the game. So, does anybody feel inspired by the questions that they have?
I do. Can I do 2 of mine?
You're ready to just go for it? It's supposed to be taking turns, Robert.
Oh, okay.
Do the one you feel most passionately about.
Okay, fine. Okay, well, the question I feel most passionately about is who replaced them in your desire?
Oh.
And the answer is Ronika's beast form.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay.
Ronica, how do you feel about that?
I'm into it because I have a reverse relationship that I think will make this interesting.
Okay, so you have one back, is what I'm hearing.
I have one back.
Okay.
Let's see the chemistry on this. My question is, who reminds you of Prey? And I have to say the scoundrel. But it's gotta remind me your name. Stella. I have to say Stella.
Stella.
Because Stella as the scoundrel, I think is going to be very shifty. And I think that's going to excite me as something to catch, if that makes sense.
Okay. Robert, how do you feel about that?
I love it. That's perfect. This is gonna be a very interesting.
Now that's hot. Now all of this is very hot. Chosen, do you have anything that's speaking to you?
I'm looking at these and I'm thinking to myself, because one of the things that we talked about last week was that Violet has a mask that she always has.
Yes.
So I was thinking about the trickster relationships and who has a hint of what's behind your mask.
Okay. I'm willing to give you that.
Literally and figuratively. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, I'm willing to give you that. If you would like to pick from a different playbook, think that these are not mechanically driven, so that's fine.
But like if there's better ones,
no, this is great. I think this is perfect.
It's just the mask. It reached out to me.
I love it. What? Who is it?
Who is seen behind? I feel like I'm trying to decide. Would it be Stella or would it be Ronica that has had a glimpse at my true self?
Well, if I may.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I have a question that is, who has seen you at your most bestial? And I chose you because I felt that with your being the lead singer of the band, that we probably have spent a lot of time together in practice. And so I thought that you probably have seen me at a moment that was my most bestial. And so, knowing each other on that level could be our thing.
That could be the thing.
Stella's jealous.
Yeah, wow, that's dark.
So that would mean that you had a peek behind, because like Violet's got the mask for the public and everything, but and Violet sees you in your beast form, and you would have maybe seen Violet in a real moment.
Like that. Mutual vulnerability.
Now that's hot. Okay, cool. So then we're gonna say for your who has seen you at your most bestial, that's gonna be Violet Knight for you.
Yes, please.
I love that. All right, well, Rob, it looks like you're the only one left. So awkward. Who would you like to go with? Or what else, is anything else speaking to you?
I'm thinking who has almost as much flair as you is a good scoundrel type question.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Violet Knight, is that?
I think so. I think Stella obviously has so much respect for her friends and bandmates. But also, and she's going to allow Violet to take the spotlight because she's she's the singer, she's the chosen.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that Stella's not going to be sassy and have some opinions here and there about how things should be done. So yeah, I think Stella's going to go with Violet on that one.
Okay, Violet, it's your last one. What is your relationship to Stella?
I feel like because I feel like in the chosen relationships, obviously I went a little off the book with the trickster one.
That's fine.
But I feel like that could kind of equate to the ordinary person one, but the other parts are who would believe in the importance. I feel like Stella kind of is going to be the one that kind of grounds Violet to an extent.
Okay.
Okay. So
and then Stella, are you
importance of
okay
destiny?
being like a voice that believes in this like destiny that Violet Knight is chosen to like stop some evil that they are being tempted by? Because they are, of course, chosen by God to destroy evil and living their life as a pop star. Is that something you're willing to like have as part of your character? You can say no. We can find another relationship for you to have, Rob.
Oh, this is me. I'm sorry, my earbuds went out briefly.
Oh, so you were just ignoring me.
Sorry.
Yes. So Jesse said that the relationship of who believes in the importance of your destiny.
And that's me.
That she was suggesting that Stella and Violet might have that relationship, but I was asking
110%. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
and that
Stella
destiny is, of course, slaying a great evil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stella believes that 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Stella thinks whether Violet believes it or not, like Violet is Stella's best friend. She is. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so you all have a relationship now with each other. So what we're gonna do is boop-be-doop, boop-beep-boop. We're gonna go back to the game.
Ooh.
And what we're gonna do in the game is we're gonna talk about whether or not we think you all have strings on each other. So let's see.
I like how there's just a little Violet Knight on the screen.
I love that.
Just sitting there in the middle.
Oh, the little baby one? Okay, look, I've got a lot going on. This is like my first time really messing with Roll20. And it is harder than I thought it would be. I'm a lot worse at doing it than I thought that I would maybe be capable of doing. Anyway, it's fine. It worked out okay. Sure, there's a little baby Violet Knight sitting out here on the thing. That's fine. She's supposed to be there. It's what they call foreshadowing in the narrative business.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, so basically what we're going to do is figure out who has strings on whom. And basically what those strings are going to do, as I'm sure you all know off of the top of your head, they allow you to do a move called influence with a string. And what that does is boopy-doop-boop-boo. You can offer XP to someone to force them to do something or to ask them to do something. find out what it will take to get them to do what you want. You can use an NPC or a string on an NPC. You can add 1 to your roll against them, or you can subtract 1 from any roll that they make. So you can basically kind of shift the game based on the relationships that you have with people. It's very exciting. So, yeah, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So the first relationship that we talked about is the one between, sorry, I'm just pulling it back up. I scrolled away from it, like, so sorry. Here we go. So the first one we talked about was Stella Star, reminding Veronica of Prey, and Rob developing feelings for the beast form of Veronica. Do we think that there are strings attached to that? Like, do we think that, like, those things? I think definitely Rob has a crush. And so I think, like, 1 or 2 strings on Veronica because of that would be something, would be positive, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who gets the strings in this scenario?
I would say, so that's a good question. I think that probably both, right? So it's like who has strings on whom. So like, okay, Rob on Veronica, you have a crush on their beast form. So you probably are like giving up strings to Veronica. So Veronica probably has strings on you because of that. And since the crush, I think it's pretty strong. So I think like maybe Veronica, you can take 2 strings on Rob. And I'm going to ask you all to keep track of the strings that you have on each other and on the NPCs, because that is something I don't feel like keeping track of personally. And then Rob, Lad, Stella Star reminds you of Prey, of course. So do you have some desire for that? Like you're interested, maybe that's like a 1 string because it's not like a romantic crush, but it's like some kind of focus on her.
Yeah, there's definitely a focus there. I think that it's going to start with a notice of what's happening, and then I think it's going to develop over time. Okay. But I would say that because I'm constantly watching this person, that for sure that's a string.
I think like 1 string. Like Rob, you would have like 1 string. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. So Stella, I think Stella and Lad, both of you are kind of saying like, you've seen me at my vulnerable. You've seen me at my like no longer seeing the mask that I put on people. I would say I could see that being 2 strings for both of you on each other.
Okay.
Do we feel that that's good?
I would agree. I think that's the most raw that you could probably get with somebody.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. So Rob, you said that Violet Knight has almost as much flair as you. So I see that as like you have a respect for them, but not necessarily like a romantic thing. So maybe that's like you have 1 string on.
I think that's fair.
Or sorry, she has 1 string on you because of that.
Yeah.
Like you have not a crush, but like a respect for her. So yeah, so Jesse, take 1 string on Stella. And then who believes in the importance of your destiny? Stella Star. Yeah, so I think like, excuse me. I mean, so like you have that respect in it. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe I'm burping so much. I don't know. I think that seems like stronger than the who has much flair. Like I could see that being 2 strings on you, like that you have such a pull that they are willing to invest like actual belief in you. I would say 2 or 1. It definitely seems like something. Do you have a preference, Jesse? Like, does that mean a lot to Violet Knight that Stella believes in this, or is that like not really that important to her?
I think she doesn't necessarily let on how important it is.
Okay.
It is important.
Okay, so do you think that's 2 or do you think it's 1? string. I'll give that one to you. I'm gonna put this in your hands.
Can you have 1.5?
Unfortunately, it's got to be whole numbers of strings.
Because we have 2 strings for the relationship with Lad's
Yes.
character, Ronica. No, I think it would be 2.
Okay. I think that seems super reasonable. I think that seems incredibly reasonable to me that you would have that.
So we all, or well, at least Violet has 4 strings then. Is that how or is it one? Well, like it's 2 strings.
So
like,
you took, I think you took 1 from Stella. So I think you should have 3. I think you should have 1 on Stella and 2 on Ronica. And then Rob, I think you're taking 2 on Violet and then 1 on Ronica.
Okay. I see.
And then I think Lad might have 4. Is that correct? You took 2 on each?
Do. Yeah.
Nice. So, once you get 4 strings on a person, you can do something called a string advance. We can talk about it later. It's a lot. But you can use them as a currency, or you can use them to basically give yourself experience kind of going forward, which is very exciting. And tracking your experience is going to be very important because every 5 experience you get to take what they call an advance, which means like extra skill points or extra moves from your playbook, or a variety of very exciting things that you can do, which is neat and exciting. It's my opinion on it. Okay, so
Says you can change your outfit if you want.
If you want to change your outfit at any point, you are more than welcome to. I would love you to change your outfits.
They said consider a flashy outfit for an advance.
Oh. They also have like, if you get 5 advances, you have to like change your playbook. Like you can no longer be who you were. You have changed so fundamentally as a person. You now are like a different thing. Yeah, it's very exciting. But I also do love like in the anime of this, you have a new costume when you get your advances. I think that's very much like an important part of this entire process. Okay, team, I think that is it for like game prep. So we are like in like the imminent starting the game thing. How are you feeling? How is everyone doing?
I'm excited.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Nervous.
I'm gonna have to actually make the mask I made digitally.
Yes.
Oh, I would love that so much. That would be so neat.
With like paper mache and a balloon.
I have to get a bedazzler.
Yeah.
First I need a bedazzler.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead. It's gonna happen like it's happening like literally right now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cue the music.
So excited.
Okay, let's see. Let's move you all to. Have you all moved to the concert venue?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't queue up actual concert music because we're just here for like 2 seconds, so don't worry about it. There will be cute music going on in the background. It's not going to be a silent thing. I just again, I didn't have access to the game until today at like 4:00 to start putting this together. So Roll20, I am paying money for the service, and they are.
Yep.
Tag them and drag them.
Yeah. Well, anyway, needless to say, not sponsored by Roll20, but you could make it up to Tabletop Gaming by giving us a bunch of money, and maybe we'll see what we could do for you.
We would love to be sponsored by Roll20.
We would. Okay. So we're setting the scene. It's happening, everyone. Get ready. It's time for Thristy Sword Lesbians, the game. All right, so we open up on a local punk band, the Thristy Sword Lesbians, a great band name, by the way, heading backstage after a gig opening for the sold-out show for a much larger band, the 2 Times Tuesday. This was your first time in a venue this big. You are here at the Noise Network. It's the largest indie venue in Prism City, and it's definitely your first time playing to a packed show. Typically, the venues you're at are a little bit smaller, a little bit divier, a little bit less full of bands. So I'd like to really quickly do some intros to our bandmates. I would love for you all to say, who is your character? What's their role in the band? What are their names? What are their pronouns? Give me a little, spin them around a little bit. Tell me what they look like.
Here's a quick idea. In a lot of bands, the lead singer usually introduces the rest of the band members and then they do a thing. Would that be appropriate here?
I love it. Yeah, sure. That's cool. Is everyone else all right with that?
I love it.
Of course.
Go for it, please, Jesse. Take it away.
All right. So the crowd's there and everything, and I'll be like, I'm Violet Knight, and of course, Stella Star. And Stella Star is like the bass player, right?
Stella Star is.
She is got the bass in her hand, and she does this incredibly intricate vocal run. Clearly, she's the backup singer as well. And her as soon as she does this vocal run, it goes on for like a little too long, but not a tasteful amount of long, and then a quick little bass solo, and the crowd sees her kind of rocking out on stage. She's got this blonde hair that is waving and bobbing as she is moving back and forth. You can see that she's got tattoos all down her arm, kind of on her chest. She's got piercings in her nose and her lip. And she's got this really kind of like almost like an understated punk vibe with the kind of like the skirt and the the belts from circa 2008 and the spike bracelet. And she's rocking out. She's keeping the show moving, but you can tell that while she's a backup singer, she's got some flair to her.
And now, thank you for that, Stella. Nice, lovely, long bass riff. And drums, we have Veronica and
yes. Okay. I have the cymbal and I go because I love the cymbal. And when you're looking at Veronica, you're seeing a fully human woman. This is imagine this, but human woman. And
we'll get a human version. Chill out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the like the Pink Power Ranger in another universe as woman. It's like this, right?
Okay.
So, and she's stunning and gorgeous, and you couldn't imagine any other way that she might look. But she is just having a great time on the drums. She's like whamming the drums, and then one of the drums, actually, she whams a hole right through it, and everyone just starts cheering and going wild. I'm Veronica, and I go by she, her pronouns. Yeah.
Hot. Very hot. Amazing.
And then it'll come back to me like, of course, I'm Violet Knight, and I'll put the mask up and take it down, the whole shebang. Let out like a couple of runs, and then we'll like lead into our first song, and yeah, it'll be a whole. There's cheering, there's people are groovy. Some people know the song. It's great. It's great.
I love it. Okay. Incredible. Do you mind just really quickly saying sort of like what your playbook is, as well, just so the people at home know who you are, what you do.
I am playing The Chosen, which and my playbook revolves around special status, my relationships in the social strata, like because I'm the pop punk goddess, crushing expectations of fate and family and the adoring public. And the Chosen's central conflict is their inner truth against social expectations.
Oh, beautiful. Great summary. I liked that. Stella, how about you?
Stella is the scoundrel. So she is big on intense physicality, action, kind of like in the forefront. But in the background, you can tell that she's kind of got some machinations going on. She's got, when she gets into a fight, she likes to throw around some witty banter and some flirtation here and there when it's appropriate. Her kind of central conflict is she's trying to balance between her loyalty to her friends and her place in the band versus wanting to get out and kind of explore what's beyond the horizon. So she's kind of balancing those two ends of the spectrum there.
I love that. And how about you, Veronica?
Yeah, so Veronica, who goes by Veronica for short, is she's the Beast. She's not always the Beast, but she turns into the Beast, just so you know. As a result of genetic mutation in this very cyberpunk world.
Yes.
And more on that later. But she likes to follow her truth and her passions, which is she knows she's a beast and she's been being the beast. But she fights conformity, and that's her inner struggle, is having to conform and be this woman, this beautiful woman, but really she knows that she's a beast and she wants to be the beast. So it's every time I conform, there's shame and guilt. I would like to live my truth and passion of being the beast.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
That is a great summary of who each of these characters are. I love it. You're all doing amazing. And that's it for the show. So you all head backstage. Let me drag you there. Whoop. I just learned how to drag people places, which is very exciting.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at this. So so this is a very, just like for the record for people watching at home, this is a very different game than like Dungeons and Dragons, which has like a tactical aspect. Thristy Sword Lesbians is a Powered by the Apocalypse game, which means that it's like, a lot of theater of the mind. It's kind of like a little bit less crunchy and a little bit less like tactics. Obviously there's still like strategies and ways to like make things better, and like, do you want to collect strings, but it's a little bit more focused on the narrative and like collaborative storytelling stuff, as opposed to the like, how can I min-max my way into killing a dragon. It's very not that game, but it is a very fun game. So I just wanted to we're basically any scenes you see in front of you are going to be like, my vision for this is like Game Boy Advance era RPGs. So you're just getting some static folks standing on a page, looking at each other, having a dialogue. And that's sort of the general vibe that I'm shooting for. And so I hope everyone is cool with that. So, all right, you head backstage to your dressing room. This is the best indie venue in town. Obviously, it is, of course, the Noise Network. But obviously, since it's still indie, it's not a subsidiary of M3 or Eclipse Music. So there's not a lot of money to keep the back of the venue really pretty like the front of the venue. So it's a bit sparse, and they definitely ignored your rider, of course. There's not a bowl of just brown M&Ms as requested. And you're all, I'm sure, very upset about it. Is there anything
I really
else?
wanted them to find the tan ones that they've, gone away with. They don't exist anymore.
Yeah, well, ever since I'm trying to think of like a cyberpunk thing that could happen, but it's really sad. Tan dye is just too expensive to create now, and it's sad.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk thing, something Willy Wonka. I don't know.
Cyberpunk Willy Wonka is no longer doing the tan ones. He made an artistic decision. Is there anything else in your rider that you typically request in your green room that you're finding isn't here?
A Sprite from McDonald's.
A Sprite from future cyberpunk McDonald's, of course.
Or
just a bottle of whiskey.
Just
on
a full
on my
bottle
desk.
of whiskey.
A full bottle. It's not there. I specifically asked for it.
No, I can tell you're upset. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm missing boxing gloves.
Because you have, because of the bit of your set where you punch a board to make the beat. I love that. I love that one.
And I couldn't do it, and I had to improvise. It was really annoying.
I could tell.
Yeah, what did you do for that? Would you have to? I was too busy, working on the bass. Would you manage to keep the beat with?
Yeah, well, I picked up the actual bass drum and just used my head.
Oh, what? That's what that noise was. Okay. No. It was great. It was unique.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, Ronica.
Ooh, okay. I have to change my writer to a slice of cake.
Just one slice, and they didn't even do that here. So it's you guys are like, I mean, you're not upset, but it's like, wow, sort of a bummer, But that's, again, this is the indie scene. It's not like, the corporate stuff, so you're not going to get the same kind of level of treatment. There's a couch, obviously, for you to sit on. There's a single vanity. Most of the bulbs are out, but there's enough that you can still do your makeup if you need to. And you've got a coffee table. It's lackluster and obviously very outdated, but it's a significant improvement from your usual spots. Like there's not rats, so that's something.
Personally, I kind of thought the rats were a little charming in our old venues. This is a little. I don't know. I missed them a little bit. Yeah.
I still haven't found that lipstick that rat stole, so I don't know.
Well, I hope it's putting it to good use.
Since everything's, they don't test on animals, I don't know how this is going to go. I mean, a rat wearing lipstick.
Adorable.
I bet it's going to be a good. You do see a rat in the corner, and it does have hot lipstick on, and you're thinking, maybe that is cool.
And like a little cold sore.
Oh, no,
no,
not that. So as you are kind of taking in your surroundings, you notice there are some folks waiting for you here. Oh shoot, sorry. Okay, I was trying to make. Yep, they're teeny tiny.
They're far
you
away.
See those
right
tiny
now.
things in the corner? Oh, they grew.
Oh no, what have I done? Oh, I'm doing a bad job of editing.
Earthquake!
I promise I
Oh my
tried this
God.
before. You see some lawyers.
Oh.
And you can tell they're lawyers. You can absolutely see it. You see them gleefully smiling at you through soulless eyes. They're a cadre of suits, 2 women and a man. They seem very giddy to meet you, and they stand up as you walk into the room. You know that you locked the door before you left because, of course, your cell phones are in here. So it's very surprising that they were able to get their way in, but you are going to find out why soon. So the man puts out a hand, vaguely gesturing to whoever will take it. Does anybody take his hand to shake it?
I just hold my mask in front of my face. I don't know these people.
Okay. Is anyone shaking hands?
I would defer to the chosen
Okay, fair.
in this situation.
Agreed. Yep. I just kind of like pipe up. And, this is interesting. What brings you back here? I thought we had locked it. Violet, didn't we lock the door?
Upon noticing the stress of the group, I'm going to step forward and just body a little.
Okay, I love that. You see he kind of pulls his hand back slowly, and the smile still just as big as it was. He's not shaking, he's just not handshaking. And he says, "Wow, the Thristy Sword Lesbians. I cannot say what a pleasure it is to be meeting you. We are with M3 recording division, and we're here with an amazing offer. We're looking for more people with your sound. And Marty, the CEO of M3, M3, has asked us to come here and offer you a deal. That's right. You are getting signed."
I put my mask down and I say, "Oh."
The woman sets down her briefcase on the coffee table and begins to pull out some papers that look contracty.
I pull the rest of the band aside and I just say, hey, before we agree to anything, listen. I mean, this is a little weird, isn't it? I mean, I know a guy. He went to law school, became a lawyer, stuck around for 6 years, lost his soul. I don't think we can.
It's not like they're evil. They want to give us money for our talent.
That's right. And he says that with a big, big grin. He's loving that you guys want in on this. So
we just had to make sure they give us what we're worth.
Yeah, of course. And we are willing to offer a competitive deal. Not that there are competitors, because we are one of 2 music producing corporations in the entire world, but we definitely we're here to negotiate. Sorry, one sec. I have names for these people. I'm Scene Coil, and I have with me my associates Nemo Bell and Shallow Shade. And wow, Shallow, do you mind giving them a copy of the contract? And she grabs her little papers and she brings it over. And who takes the contract? She's just kind of holding it out.
I'm gonna grab it and then I'm gonna hand it to the chef. And I'm gonna hand it to Violet.
It's like, oh, see, look at this contract. It's a perfect contract. And I know what you're gonna say, Stella. We need a lawyer to look at it, but
Yeah, I take it immediately out of their hands.
We don't have time for a lawyer to look at it. They're here now.
Violet, look at how big this contract is. How big is the contract?
It's like 200 pages at least. This is again, this is we're playing a cyberpunk game, so you would know about M3 Corporation. It is one of like 3 companies that exist. One of the 3 of them. You know, it's very much like mega corporations run the entire world. They entirely own everything. And you are a small indie band that is kind of operated outside of that. And yeah, it's about 200 pages. And you're noticing maybe a little bit of flowery language. I would suggest, team, maybe if we look at our moves, just looking, there's a move that you could make called Figure Out a Person. When you try to understand a person, you can roll plus wit, and you can ask some questions about them.
Oh, yeah.
So it might be a good opportunity for us to practice some rolls. What do you think?
Ooh. All right, we could look into that.
I think I am super skeptical of this.
He sees you being skeptical, and he looks over at Nemo Bell and kind of like whispers something at her.
Oh, okay. Can I go ahead and try? How does making this move work?
Yeah. So what you're gonna do is, so when you try to figure out a person, you roll plus wit, and if you get a 10 plus, you can ask 2 questions, now or later in a scene, and then if you fail, then you ask 2, but they get to ask you a question as well.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so I roll 2 dice, 2 6-sided dice, take the higher of the 2 and add 1.
That's correct.
Okay.
No. Sorry, you add them together and then add whatever your wit is.
Oh, I add both of them together?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So 8 total.
8 total. Okay, so that is what they call a mixed beat in this game, kind of a mixed success in other Powered by the Apocalypse games. So what you're going to get to do is you may ask 2 questions of these people, any of them that you want, if you would like. That's Nemo Bell is on the left. What did I say this guy's name was? Scene Coil is in the middle, and Shallow Shade is on the right. I'm sorry they don't look cyberpunky. Imagine they have like cybernetics or something. I'm working with like stock art, so I only have so many options. I couldn't find cyber lawyers, unfortunately.
No cyber lawyers.
No cyber lawyers. Yeah, I think like Scene has he has 2 robotic eyes that kind of like dart around the room, and they're looking a little weird. And then
like they look at different directions.
They're just like popping around. They're popping around. Okay. He's yeah. When I said soulless eyes, I meant because they are robot eyes that won't look directly at you. And then Nemo on the left, she's got like a fancy ear implant. That's why when he kind of murmured, she was able to hear, but he didn't need to lean in. And then Shallow Shade, both her legs are cybernetic. Both of them.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
She's doing a lot. Okay, so that's the cybernetic things that they have going on. Okay, so Rob, what are the questions you would like to ask? Do you see them? Do you have the thing up in front of you?
Oh, does it have to be those questions?
If you have another one, I'd be open to it, but
Okay.
those are kind of like typically the ones that you try to use. You could also look at your
Okay.
personal moves. I forgot to say you can look at your like scoundrel moves. And if anything there works for you that you would like to use that 8 for instead, I'd be willing to, because it's the first
Okay.
one. So
Stella pushes her bandmates out of the way, her friends out of the way, and she kind of like marches towards the three of them and sticks out her finger and points at the three of them and says, "What do you hope to get from us signing your stupid contract?"
And so yeah, when you do this thing, they have to answer truthfully. And they said M3, the recording division of M3 is working to consolidate and reduce outside noise in the music industry. You know what I mean? We're trying to sign more indie bands, maybe all of them.
I turn to my friends and I say, "See, sounds like they're wanting us to go down a more derivative route. Think of the creative freedom we'd be giving up."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've always wanted to be indie for a reason, and that was so that we could do our own thing.
Mm-hmm.
They could never actually stop us from being creative.
You say that now, Violet, but
He looks over at Shallow and gives a little bit of a giggle.
oh boy.
What's your second question? Or would you like to ask your second question now, or do you want to save that?
I'm gonna save it. We got we got some good information about their motives. I'm gonna see what the rest of the band thinks of this.
Okay. They're gonna ask you a question.
Oh.
How could I get you to sign this contract? We just love your sound so much. It's just so unique and different than what we're creating, and we'd love to have it at M3.
You're right. We are making things that people just have never heard of before, and we intend. I look at my friends. We intend to keep it that way. So I would consider signing the contract if you can assure us that nothing is going to interfere with our creative freedom.
He grabs the contract, his copy of the contract that he's been holding, and he looks through it, and he says, "Well, of course, we would never want to stop you from making the music that you feel is right, but of course, you would have to comply with the editorial staff's direction as far as where your sound's going. You know what I mean? Of course, the editorial staff and the business managers, of course. And of course, the CEO would want to weigh in on anything we're releasing. We're doing upwards of 10 albums a year for everyone. You know what I mean?
All right. In terms of moves,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to use the "Don't you know who I am?" I think.
Okay. So do you want to read me that move?
So, when you meet someone who knows you by reputation, you roll plus heart, and then say two things. There's some things after that. So, I just took a dice out of dice jail. Let's hope it doesn't go badly.
I'm excited. I love this. This is great.
Okay, so I had this dice in dice jail because it kept rolling ones. This is a 1. It's going back to jail. It is not reformed.
So what did you roll?
I rolled a 7.
Okay, so a 7 still is a success. So you get to say 2 things that these people have heard about you.
Well, it's 7 and 9 says I say 1 and the GM says 1.
That's right.
So that's not what I wanted, but
okay. So what have these people heard about you?
So they've heard about is it me in particular or is it the band?
You can do the band if you want to do that. We'll
Okay.
talk about it. What are you thinking?
To say, that Violet Knight and the rest of the Thirsty Sword Lesbians we always do our own creative thing. That's what we're known for. That's why people love us.
Okay, that's good. I think that's a good one. Your integrity as an artist is something they know about you. I think that's a fair one. I think that's a good one. What is something that they've heard about you that I think would be interesting? I think that they have heard, and they know this about you, that you have some greater destiny. They don't know exactly what it is, but they know that there's something special about you, that there is, I believe some of the things that they talk about in your character sheet are like a church that knows about you. They know that you are up to something larger than just making music. And they think, well, I won't tell you what they think. I don't know. Rob has another question.
Man, I guess, so Stella is kind of like chewing on all of this. And okay.
I'm excited.
Okay.
I like the okay.
She says, well, how would you feel if and she takes the contract from Violet and rips it in half and drops it to the ground.
Wow. You can see the smile starts to fade off of this man's face.
Wait, Violet's gonna say we didn't even find out how much they were gonna give us.
Is that what amount of money could be worth us losing our creativity, our ability to put good music out of it? You hear what's on the radio these days, Violet. You want to become one of them?
No, I don't. But I also know that I'm tired of putting water in my cereal.
I thought that was just a quirk that you did. I thought you liked that.
You know how expensive it is to milk almonds nowadays.
It would be nice to have money. But Violet, I think Stella is right. Something about this situation feels very off.
No, nothing's off. Nothing's off. We're again, it's just a deal, just a record deal.
How did you get in here?
What?
The door was locked.
What?
I'm sure you're misremembering.
I locked the door. I was told to lock the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Veronica always locks the door because
that's the thing with these venues, and when you're working with us, you're gonna have venues with locks that work, and isn't that gonna be great? Tell them about it, Shallow. And Shallow says, locks always work so good.
Ladies, I think it's their time to leave.
Yeah, because
this is a once he is no longer smiling. He's looking very grumpy, and his eyes are no longer darting around. They're darting around between the three of you, just back and forth and crossing between. And he says, "This is a once in a life chance for you. If you don't take this, you're gonna regret it."
I'm gonna take off my jacket.
Do not threaten me.
I have shockingly huge biceps, which increases my feral by 1.
Okay, I love that. Make sure you keep track of your feral, because I wanna know. Okay, you have shockingly big. Okay, incredible. He takes a step back, and he says, and he picks up the contract from the ground. He hands it to Shallow. Shallow puts it back in her briefcase. And they say, And on the way out, Nemo says, you should have played ball while you had the chance. And then she holds her little earpiece and she says, they have declined. And then she shuts the door behind her and everybody, they're gone. So, yeah.
I
feel like we could have negotiated more than rip it. Though that was impressive. That was a lot of pages that she ripped in half.
200 pages. I learned what I've been learning from Ronica over there. Stella like walks over to the little couch in the room and she just kind of like falls into it, just kind of like these suits, they just, I don't know. Is this something we're gonna have to just be learning how to deal with now that we're getting more popular? I don't know if I can deal with that. I mean, the reason I got into music was to make music, it's not a business thing for me.
Maybe we need like a manager.
That could be
We need
helpful.
a manager.
That can just like or a bodyguard.
Also, I forgot to turn on the music when we got here, but do you hear this like muffled stage music?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm really beating myself up about having forgotten about it. That's a flop move on
That
my
felt
end.
right like an end scene.
It did, yeah.
We need a manager. Cut. All right.
Okay, so yeah, that's a great place to end this specific scene. So, so you all have to head home. It's a perfect time for you to be going back to your apartment. Of course, the three of you share an apartment. This is a cyberpunk future, and you are starting artists. And to get back to your apartment, you, of course, are going to have to take the train. You do not have cars because it is the future, and we have eliminated them. The one good thing in this cyberpunk future is everyone takes public transit. The bad thing for you
Is everyone takes public transit.
well, the bad thing is you guys live in a shitty part of town because you're poor. You are artists, and you have realized a modicum of success. Obviously, you're really impressive. You've got what's it called? The people coming to solicit offers with you. It's really exciting. And the metro is really reliable in this town for people who live uptown. You live not there. You live in a part of town called Midnight Alley, which is very exciting and very fun and very lively, but it's unfortunately a little bit on the rundown side. Yeah, so basically you're kind of watching trains come and go, and sort of more posh-looking folks with fancier-looking cybernetics are hopping onto trains, getting off, transferring trains, and they're coming regularly, and they seem to be not having a lot of problems. But for you Midnight Alleyers, you're sitting around waiting. It's been about 30 minutes and your train still hasn't come. You are the only three people waiting on the platform. It seems like everyone's kind of cleared out. You're in the business district right now, so most of the people hanging around are, posh uptowners that are going back home for the evening. So what do you do while you wait for public transit around here? What do each of you kind of hang out and do?
Are there any advertisements? I'm guessing there's like a bazillion of them.
There's a bazillion of them, and they look cyberpunky.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say I was thinking of maybe having my mask permanently attached to my face.
Yeah.
But I don't know because what if my nose gets itchy?
Yeah, that's a choice. I mean, I'll support you in whatever you choose, Violet. But that's a drastic choice. Are you sure you're prepared to not be able to scratch your nose? I can't
What
imagine.
if you got like piercings and then attach them by piercing? You can just remove them anytime you want.
And then I wouldn't have to hold it.
Yeah,
Because sometimes my arm gets tired.
you should do it. I'll go with you. Should we go right now?
You want to go right now? So how long has it been since the train was supposed to be here?
I don't know. The train was supposed to be here forever ago.
Ugh.
Very late.
I take a look at the. I kind of like go over towards the tracks and kind of like look both ways. Do I see any trains coming?
You don't see anything coming. No, but like this isn't atypical, right? Like, like uptown trains, it's like, 15, 20 minutes between, whereas downtown trains is like every hour, every other hour or so. There's just not as much traffic going down there, so yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's been almost this long, I don't want to miss the train and then have to wait just as long for the next train to come by.
Yeah, I guess we shouldn't go anywhere. Plus, I mean, we have a whole drum set here with us.
This is fair. Yeah. I look back at our gear and it's just piled up in the just all of it is piled up. In fact, I go up towards the pile of gear. I'm kind of looking frantically for a moment just to make sure I'm kind of like moving some of the boxes. I flip over one of the drum cases a little less carefully than I should have. And I apologize to Ronica for hurting her dear drum case. But, and I'm looking for a rectangular box, and I can't find it until eventually I find a box. I open it up, and I check to see that its contents are still there. And inside, I do see my prized mic stand, which is full white base and is like just totally bejeweled, bedazzled, all the way up. And then at the very top is my microphone, which is even sparklier than the rest of the microphone stand. I'm very glad that it's still there. I tenderly put it back into the box, into the rectangular box. I close it shut, put it back, and then I just basically throw the rest of the gear back where it was without any concern as to how careful I'm being with the rest of it.
Ronica, what are you doing on the train platform to kill time?
I'm fully watching Stella and what she is doing.
I told you I was sorry, Ronica.
Stella is usually on the move, and I'm always very curious to see what they're doing. And I call out, Stella, what are you looking for?
Well, I'm just making sure. I just want to make sure that all of our gear is still here. You know where we're headed. It's you know how things are these days. You can't be too careful, I don't think.
I mean, you saw Ronica smash the base through her head. No one is going to steal the bass drum.
Yeah, not with these bad boys.
Right. As long as I mean, we should breathe in, breathe out, Ronica. Calm. We're downtown, and
we have phones.
You have phones. You have phones.
Let's check the schedule.
Check to the train schedule. Okay.
Yeah. Is it? What do I see? Is it? Did it say delayed?
No big deal. It doesn't have an update. It says it's on time, but it doesn't say how long it's gonna be.
God.
So
I'm really hungry, guys. Should we?
While you're looking at your phones, Violet, you're kind of looking at your mask, contemplating again, sort of having it permanently attached to your face. And you, out of the corner of your eye, see a blade swinging at your face. You have a couple seconds. What would you like to do? What would you like to do?
Let me double check what my weapon is real quick.
Check your weapon. I believe it's a sword. I believe it's a full sword.
Oh yeah, I have a bejeweled sword.
You've got other options as well. Make sure you can look at the moves. I would say anything in the moves section or any of your playbook moves are on the table for you. You can do anything. Except for maybe smitten with the blade. I would say that's probably not something.
Okay. Let me double check this. I have so many screens open and I should be more ready, but
yeah, so I'll talk through some of the moves that I'm thinking of as we do this here. Again, this is the first session, so I'm kind of thinking like, we can be a little negotiaty about like what you're doing. But what I was thinking, so you've got, of course, the fight move. That's the first type of danger move. So that is, you can you can hurt someone. You can, through violence, attack them. The other one is defy disaster. So that's a little bit more vague. So it's when you push your limits to achieve something extraordinary that's not covered by another move, or to avert an imminent danger to yourself or someone else. Say what you're willing to sacrifice and pick your approach. So basically, you can choose to like have a fight, or you can defy danger to like prevent danger from yourself.
I think I'm going to, because I'm always ready.
Yeah, of
just
course.
in case a crazed fan comes at us.
And of course, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. And I think that's
right,
an important thing to say.
Of course, we're like, I pull out. I'm going to pull out my sword, and I'm going to block that sword coming at me with I'm going to use grace with swiftness.
So you are
and
defying
elegance.
disaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I roll for this.
You're going to roll for it. It's going to be plus your grace.
All right, let's try this. Oh my goodness.
How did
I
it
got
go?
2 6s. Look at that.
Oh, so that's a
Oh.
10 plus. You do this with style. At the GM's discretion, you may also learn new information, discover a new opportunity, or gain a string on someone. Okay, so you do it with style. Explain to me how you deflect this sword off of yourself.
So I see this sword coming at me. I pull out my sword. I block it. I'd like to, and obviously GM's description. I'd like to like block it and like pin them up against, like, I'm guessing we're near a pole or something in the station. Kind of like stop them there so I can be like, what in the world?
I love that. That is that at the GM's discretion, you are able to pin them up. I will give you +1 forward against them. And so what that means is let me just +1 forward. I want to read you the rules. Okay, you can add 1 to your next roll. So that means acting against this person that you have pinned up, you have successfully created an opportunity to yourself to basically the next thing that anyone does against this person will have +1 to it.
Okay.
Also it's raining. It's raining now, and it's a little bit intense, and you're up really close with them. You see before you 3 goons in M3 branded tactical assault uniforms, blue armored bodysuits that are as much for protection as they are for intimidation. They're very scary looking. So they've got, let me pull them up on screen before I forget to do that. Goon 1. Let's see.
Hey, goons.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun. They've got sorry, they're still resolving. Let me make them a little small. Oh no, what have I done? I'm so sorry, team. I'm struggling. There we go. That's like a good size for a goon. And there's 3 of them. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so there's 3 of these goons. The one you have pinned up against a wall, and then their 2 friends. Sorry. Okay, so they're in these fancy things. They cover up their face. They have kind of their own rebreather system. They're also like obviously armored and protective of them. And so one of them says, "You better let go of Zero." You can tell that one of them's name is Zero, the one that you have pinned up against the wall.
Attempted to assault me.
So you can see they have these weird stun lances, which are a standard issue product of the M3 Corporation, which is outfitted to all private security around the city. Instead of stun batons, they are, of course, stun lances because this is a sword game. And I thought that would be kind of fun and cute. And it's also right now that you remember the other businesses that M3 gets into. Of course, M3 stands for 3 things and 3 things only: music, munitions, and mercenaries, all owned by the CEO, Marty. It's Marty's M3 company, Marty's Music, Munitions, and Mercenaries, one of the big mega corporations here in Prism City. Any questions about this corporation that you have pissed off? Okay, great.
When we say munitions and mercenaries,
I'm talking about explosives. I'm talking about gun rounds. I'm talking about people to fire them for money, etc.
okay.
Also, they have a great recording division. I would say, like a lot of the music that they're doing, like it's a little bit more experimental than what Eclipse is doing. But it's still, obviously very corporate. You know what I mean?
Some bops.
There's some bops.
Bops.
Yeah. There's a lot of bops, but like again, it's a very corporate sound. It's very like, I mean, you know how it is. It's like when your favorite artist signs, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, they're still making fine music, but it's like it doesn't have the heart that it used to.
Right.
Anyway, so the man that you have pinned against the wall says sort of gruffly to you, he says, "You should have played along while you could. Marty doesn't want any competition." So we have gotten an action from our good friend Violet Knight. Do any of you other girls want to do anything?
I see the one pinned up against the wall, and I say 0, is it? Does that stand for how much chill you have? And I'm going to do a fight action.
Okay. Wow, Robert. That was really good. I liked that a lot.
I'm going to go for one of the other ones who is not pinned up against the wall.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the fight. Let's see.
You can roll daring or grace.
Daring or grace.
Or do you have any moves that like playbook moves that?
Not.
that
Oh, I do. Well, I do, but not for fight right now. I think that work super well right now.
Okay.
Okay, so I go and I take my my jewel encrusted microphone stand out of its case, and like there is a hidden sword in the jewel encrusted microphone stand, and I go and I swing at one of the other people.
Okay.
Oh, that is a 13.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
And with my impressive sword play, whenever I roll up 7+ to fight, I may gain a string on someone who is present and ask their player what it is about them that has impressed me or intrigued them, or them that has impressed or why are they impressed or intrigued with me? Okay.
Rob, who would you like to get that string on first? Let's resolve that. So I think it's got to be one of the player characters.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, I'm gonna see if Ronica is interested in what my moves. So I'm gonna get a string on her, I suppose.
Okay, and what do you find? What was the verbiage, Robert?
Let's see. It is. I may gain a string on someone who is present and ask that player what it is about you that has impressed or intrigued them.
Well, Stella, I think this is hardly the time, but because you have asked.
Yeah, I don't think it's like Stella saying, "What do you like? What do you think about this?"
No better time than now.
I mean, you're always active. You're always up and active and doing something, and it's very interesting to watch you and whatever it is that you're getting up to. You're entertaining to me.
Love to hear it.
Okay, that's good. So now, Robert, you get to pick 3 of these effects. 3 of these effects that you can apply to someone. They get to do 1 to you.
Okay. So I'm going to say that through my cutting words, my 0 no chill, I'm going to inflict a condition. Do I get to choose the condition or?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to say they feel insecure.
Okay. And of course the conditions give them negative bonuses to things. Insecure, sorry, I'm just trying to find the descriptions of insecure.
-2 to entice.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, so that's not going to be flirting with you anytime soon.
Yeah. And then I'm going to create an opportunity for I I guess Ronica, who's going to be going next. I've distracted that second one, so Ronica's going to have the ability to.
All right, so Ronica, you are going to get +1 to act on that person if you fight them or do anything because they're distracted.
That is perfect. So I don't have my guitar on me.
You can have it.
So
on
I have
you.
a normal guitar, and my guitar is my sword. My sword is packed.
We can say you have it. I
didn't. I don't have it because what I want to do is, unless the GM tells me I must have it, that's fine. Because what I would like to do is, I feel because I don't have my sword that I need to transform.
Okay.
Immediately.
I love. So wait, let's let Rob finish his fight. Rob, you have one more effect.
I've got one more. I'm going to. Can I choose?
You can choose the same thing a second time.
Okay, same thing. Okay, then I'm going to create an opportunity for Violet as well. The initial one, whose name I made fun of,
Zero.
is distracted. Zero is distracted by the random insult that I threw their way right before I tackled the other one. So
I don't think I can give +1 forward again.
Okay.
To that same thing.
Okay.
Do you have a different opportunity you would like to create?
Okay, let's see. Wait, are there other opportunities I can?
Yeah, maybe like you're trying to escape instead of fight all of these people potentially. So like maybe you've slowed them down. So any any action to escape could be you could get 1 forward on that or something.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give that to Violet.
Great.
Should she choose to use that? It seems to me like we've got the upper hand right now. But Violet's also the leader of this group, so
good point.
Follow their lead.
Okay, and so since I also get to apply 1 to you, so they're going to. Let's see. They're gonna create a condition on you. So do you want to describe the violence that you enact on this person?
Oh, mine was the it was the 0 chill.
Oh, you fought.
I just said that.
Verbally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's the person that is being held by.
Well, I just yelled it out loud because I'm focusing on the second one. I just yelled it out loud though. So, but the second one heard what I had said, and it was they were
insecure.
Yeah, they were made insecure by my wit, my
Your
cutting wit.
Okay.
Even though it wasn't directed directly at them.
Okay. Fantastic. They are looking really sheepish now. But they are going to provoke you and gain a string on you. And they're going to say, 1x string on, who are you, Stella?
Mm-hmm.
And they are going to say, oh, and you're Stella Star? Too bad you'll never be one. And so taking a string on you as well.
How dare.
Lad, what would you like to do?
Okay, so this is a very violent, intense situation. And I have now just heard what they've said about Cell, and I'm not putting up with that. I transform. And because now I know to keep my sword on me, but I didn't know I wasn't in danger before now. But I would like to transform, and what I would like to do is to move in ways that no ordinary person could. What I would like to do
unfortunately, did you roll?
No, but yeah, let me do that. With daring?
It is.
Yes.
Let's see. Oops. It says plus daring. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna click the thing. I didn't bring dice.
That is okay.
Roll with modifier. What do I have to type anything in, or
nope,
does it give me my
submit 0? It'll automatically give you the +2.
Okay. Come on, baby. 9.
So that's a mixed success. So you choose one.
Okay.
And just so you
I would-
know, if you don't choose one of these things, so you're only going to be able to choose one of them, and the other ones you are not going to choose, which means those other ones are true about, or like, you know, the negative is true. So like, for example, if you don't choose you are in harmony with your beast and may clear a condition, you're not in harmony with your beast right now, etc.
Okay. And when this says gain opportunity with the monster, what is that?
Well, say that one more time.
What would it mean to gain opportunity with a monster?
Yeah, so typically, like, you would get, like, a +1 forward or something.
Okay. Well, I'd like to move in ways that no ordinary person could.
Hot. Love it. Creepy.
What I would like to do is, first of all, it's raining, right? And I feel like I'm no longer in the platform. I feel like we were in the platform and there's like no roof, so I'm dripping wet. I have 4 arms.
Yeah.
I am fully pink. I have these like these things coming out my head that do this.
Mm-hmm.
And my vision is just superb. And I want to roll up on somebody and wipe them out from their legs because I need their weapon. Because I don't have one.
So you're trying to disarm them.
Yeah, I want it for me because I am disarmed.
Okay, I like that. So would you say that's a defy disaster? That's something that, like, I think would be would be fair. You're gonna
Yeah,
go like,
well, I don't know. Is this part of the transform? Because I'm moving in a way that no one would, an ordinary being would. So I would swipe them and then catch their sword.
I think you still have to, but I'll give you +1 to the roll.
Okay. So you want me to defy disaster?
Or you could fight, because one of the things is you could create an opportunity or take an object from your opponent is one of the things in fight. So if you rolled fight with daring, that would be good for you.
Let's do it. Okay. Great. I got an 8.
So that's a mixed beat, which means you get to choose 2 of the things from the fight section, but I also get to choose one.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to take an object from my opponent.
You disarm them.
Disarm.
Great.
Will I get it in my hand?
Yeah.
Okay. So I roll.
Which person is this to?
This is the one that I had opportunity on from Stella.
That was the third one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Swipe them out like a Mortal Kombat kick, you know, on the low.
Yeah.
They drop their thing, and I catch it in one of my forearms. It's my bottom right arm catches it.
Okay.
And then.
So just to note, basically, like, conditions are kind of the stand-in for hit points here. Like, if you inflict conditions on an enemy, that is how you defeat them.
I love that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to... and then I want to inflict frightened on them.
Okay. So do you actually stab them?
I don't... I mean... Does it fit with the story?
Sure.
Does it...
It's a sword game. You're allowed to stab. You don't have to kill them.
I want to impale this person right in the stomach.
Oh my god. So he is very frightened by that. This person is so frightened they piss their pants, pass out. You have impaled them as well. They are defeated. You have defeated this NPC, and his friends look very scared at you. But you are also pretty sure you killed this person, and so I am going to give you the condition guilty.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So you are now guilty for having committed a full murder of this person.
Full murder.
Yeah, well, you don't know if they're dead or not. It's kind of up in the air, but like they don't look good. They don't look very good at all. Okay, so you have all just seen your friend transform into a monster, swipe a man, and then skewer him. Robert.
It's Stella.
So it's back to you, Violet. You've still got this man pinned up against the wall. Again, I want to be clear, you can de-escalate the situation if you felt like that was on the table, but I will say you've committed one murder, so kind of balls in your court.
I'll look at Ronica and be like, Ronica. Like I'm holding this guy. I'm like, that was a full.
Talk about.
I said, oh, I don't know. Are we going in? Are we? I'm gonna look at the guy and say 0. That's what we're capable of. I don't know if this is a move. Like this could be a move.
So you have entice. Well, maybe that's not it.
Well, no, yeah, because I want to appeal to their emotional sensibilities by being like, you can walk away now and not get murdered.
Okay. Yeah. Do that. Let's roll entice. That's plus heart for you.
All right. Oh, okay. Well, plus heart. What is my heart? Plus 2?
It's 2.
Yeah. Okay. So that is 10.
That's a full success. So you get a string on them. So you get a string on 0. Write that down.
Okay.
And then they choose 1. So they say they look over at their dead friend, their dead colleague, I guess. And they kind of, you feel them like sink into the wall a little bit more. Because I assume you're still holding them up.
Oh yeah, I'm holding them like. Okay, I guess I would say you can let go of your weapon and not die like your friend, because that is what the Thristy Sword Lesbians are apparently capable of. We're capable of murder, and you don't want that for you.
So he kind of like sinks into the wall a little bit more, and you're going to get the promise something they think you want, and he's gonna say, we'll go. We didn't know you were like this. And so he drops his weapon, and he is ready to. He has promised to get the fuck out of here. Stella, what do you do? There's still this one person that you are engaged in combat with.
I'm going to let's see.
You going murder, or are you gonna also?
I'm trying to figure out. Like I'm trying to keep my cool after watching Ronica get at it.
Do her.
I'm gonna walk up to the last one who's here and standing, and I guess this would fall under Defy Disaster because I don't really think it goes into anything else. Because I want to, I want to try to convince them that they should run just like Violet did. So I want to use my charm, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So I walk up to the last one, and I just say, "This doesn't have to be you." So I'll roll my heart. Oh no!
What'd you get?
Oh no!
I got a 2.
Plus heart.
It's a 2.
Okay. Oh, no. Just 1 second.
Oh no!
I just want to look at my options really quickly.
Okay.
Sorry, gals.
Yeah, they are unmoved, and he brings his what did I call this lance? Oh, a stun lance. He brings his stun lance down on you immediately.
Oh.
And then let's see what you're gonna take the condition. insecure.
Ah,
Because you just saw your bestie do it, the person that you respect and think has a great destiny, and then you immediately failed to do it. And so you are now insecure. Do you know how to mark a condition?
yes. Now I've got. So did I suffer a staggering physical or emotional blow? I'm assuming so, right?
You did not. Stagger
Oh,
is a
okay, never mind.
specific mechanic that I would say. Stagger.
Okay,
Yes.
got it. Okay, perfect. Then I'm good. Well, not good, but
You're fine. Okay, Ronnie, anything you would like to do here?
Oh, geez. Okay. So I immediately am in of two minds, and I realize that I have just killed this person, and wow, seeing Violet's reaction really made me think. And of the other mind, I am completely feral and
Great point.
not in control fully. And there's something about that I really like. So I have this, and let's see. It's I could tell that the rest of my team does not want to fight, but these people are not backing down. So let me try. I'm gonna try my best. And our goal is to get them to go away, right? I assume.
Or kill them. I don't know what your goal is. Your goal should be whatever in the moment you think you would want. You're a monster. Maybe you want to murder.
I'm gonna scream out to Violet to help shout some sense into the air. And Violet, what do we do?
Okay, do I get a chance to answer?
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm gonna say, Veronica, you gotta calm, you gotta breathe through this, and chill, breathe. You're like breathing heavy, and like your eyes, and like you are. So bring it in, and I'm telling you to bring it in because the guy over there doesn't realize how dangerous the situation is. And if you can't bring it in, he should be aware that his friend was murdered.
Okay, so I think instead of trying to harm the next person, but I'm still feral, I would like to try and pick them up off the ground with their leg and just dangle them.
Okay, I like that. I like that a
Excellent.
lot. So yeah, I mean, I think so one of the things in fight is seizing a superior position. So I think how about you roll fight, and then if you do well, you can take that one.
Okay, I rolled a 9.
So that's a mixed beat. You can choose 2 of those options. Do you have those up in front of you for fight?
I do. Let me. Okay. I would like to flirt. Now is not the time.
You can flirt.
Okay.
What I'll say in this game, it's like a game of like intimate fighting. So, like if you want to flirt, feel free.
Yeah. Well, I would like to seize the superior position by
Yes.
taking. So I have the sword in my bottom right arm, and so I'm a righty. So with my top right arm, I just quickly also grab the second person, right, the one that's not being pinned up by Violet, and I'm holding them upside down while they wrangle. And in a sense of humor of the situation in which I now realize we are in, I would like to try and flirt with this person while they're upside down.
Okay. You could also inflict a condition on them. Maybe they're insecure now because they are being held up.
Sure, we can do that.
You don't have to. If you want to flirt with this person, that's okay.
I am soaking wet.
So is that an argument for flirting, or is that an argument for hurting them and getting out of the wet?
I think that my bond with Violet is so strong that she has seen me in this beast form before. She knows how she can get to me, even though so much of it is feral, like a Jekyll and Hyde situation. I think I'm going to take the humorous route and try and jokingly flirt with this person, full well knowing that it is not successful.
No, it absolutely is. Take a string on them. They're
heck yeah.
actually so yeah, make sure you write down that you've taken a string on you have taken a string on Nimble Slice.
Nimble Slice.
Agent of Marty's music munitions and mercenaries, specifically the mercenaries division. So yeah, you now have, so what is it? I believe Violet, you have a string on 0.
I do.
Let me just write these down because I'm gonna forget those. Outcome. I'm gonna have an outcome section of my notes. 1x. Who are you, Violet? Violet has a string on 0. What's his? Oh, I had a. What's his name? I'm so sorry, team. 0 bargain.
0 bark.
0 bargain. And then Ronica has a string on who was that man I just said? Oh, Nimble Slice.
Nimble Slice.
So don't forget that. Those are important for you to remember. As you take strings on people, I'm going to try to bring them back. That's an important piece of this, as long as they live. So, yeah, all right. Violet, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna walk towards Veronica holding.
Wait. Yeah.
Holding this guy and be like, from murder to flirting, you really are feral right now.
I love that.
I'm gonna look at this guy. I'm gonna kind of put my head like this, kind of upside down, look him in the eye, and be like, I guess there's another entice. If that's be like, if you want to continue living, just she'll release you and you can walk away and never bother us again, or see your friend over there on the ground with the blood coming out and it's just blah, 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 blah. It's gross.
It's gross.
You can have that. You can have that. Because at this point, my hair is getting wetter, and the beautiful fro is just wilting, and I am going to become equally as feral if we don't get out of this rain.
You're a monster too?
Maybe.
Oh.
I got 12.
Okay, so you gain a string. You also gain a string on Nimble Slice.
Okay.
And they will promise also that they are gonna leave. He says, I'm sorry, we just, it's just a job, you know. I don't want to die for this. It's just we'll go. We'll tell them you got away.
And I'll say, hey Ron, just drop him. Just drop him.
Okay, I'll drop him.
Okay. He falls and he scurries over to 0 and he grabs 0 and they start just hobbling away from this altercation that you absolutely routed them in. And as they are kind of like limping away, your train arrives. And you're able...
we have to get on this train because there's a body. All right, Monica? There's a body. I don't even know what to do because I've never murdered someone, so we should probably just get on the train.
Yeah, you're able to get on the train. It's no big deal. You're able to get on the train and you end up back in the Midnight Alley section of Prism City, and it's very cute and it's a nice time. What we're about to wrap up, so just tell me, what do you all do before bed immediately after having been an accomplice to murder?
I am going to dry my hair and do my hair routine first.
Smart. Good first step.
First, do my hair routine and decompress as I put my luscious hair butter in and get my locks and like I murder. Well, we might have to move. I don't know if the next venue is gonna book us. Were there cameras?
Yeah. Well, who knows? Okay. All right. Stella, what's your routine post murder?
So Stella walks into her room. It's full of, just like band posters, the bed's not made. It's kind of like a grungy but neat, almost like intentionally made to look disorganized kind of room. And she walks into her room and she's actually she seems to be like a little more just like annoyed about everything. And, she's just kind of like mumbling to herself. This is just so typical. I didn't think I would, stuff like this happens in Prism City all the time. I didn't think that we would be subjected to this tonight. Now I guess I have murdered a mercenary, but who hasn't in this city? And she gets to doing her own bed routine, but much less introspective and worried, I think, than Violet might be. So she dries her hair, she gets into her pajamas, and she gets into bed, falls asleep immediately. No big deal.
Beautiful. How about you, Ronica?
So I, through being in an uncomfortable interaction to fit in of getting onto the train, I lose all of my feral and I turn back into a full woman. And I find myself just looking at myself in front of a mirror and thinking about my internal struggle of conformity, while also thinking about how much I enjoyed being the Beast today.
Yes.
With the deep guilt of what had occurred, that the conflicting emotions. But just before I turn off the lights, I vow to myself to never be without my sword, at least for the medium term.
I love it.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I would like to knock on Ronica's door before the light goes out, and be like, "So, Ronica," and I'm like tying my silk scarf around my hair, like my bonnet thing. And I'm like, I know that you know your beast came out tonight, and that's fine. I just want to make sure that you're. Oh, what were you gonna say, Rob?
Before you go too far, this sounds like you might be about to do emotional support for your friend. Would you like to roll the emotional support recovery move? So when you offer someone support in a way that could be meaningful to them, roll plus harder spirit. If they open up to you, they can clear conditions, they can do other things, and you can share strings. Or if it doesn't work, then nothing happens.
Okay. You said heart or spirit?
Heart or spirit?
I think I have much more heart than I have spirit.
I am confident that that's true.
So that looks like it is an 8.
Okay, so on a mixed success, so now continue your talk, and then let's see if Veronica opens up to you, or Ronica, excuse me.
I'm gonna say, I know that your beast came out tonight, and I just want to make sure that, because I know we've talked about it before, that some you like that sometimes, but I just want to make sure that you're being careful and you don't enjoy murder, because we are not going to get shows if we murder people.
Yeah, so I feel beyond exhausted, and as soon as I hear the knock, I know it's Violet, and I'm immediately vaguely annoyed, but she's the person that I'm closest to, and so of course I would always open the door, and so I hear what Violet has to say, and I realize that my actions impact others, and so Violet, I appreciate you sharing with me. I'm struggling and I'm trying to figure it out. But it is a good reminder from you that I need to be a little bit more careful.
I love that. So, lad, since you have done this, you can choose one. You can clear a condition, you can mark experience, you can get +1 forward, or you can gain insight from the GM about an obstacle facing one of you.
Ooh.
You have 2 conditions right now, right?
I have guilty on.
Okay. So you can clear guilty, or you can get experience, you can get a bonus going forward, or you can ask me some questions about things going on.
As much as I want to know, I do feel that narratively, I feel great that Veronica came. That Violet came to visit me right before bed, which helps clear my guilt.
Cool.
So that's what I'll choose.
Amazing. Clear your guilt then. I love it. Okay, so I think that's it for this session. Just because again, we're getting close to 9, and I wanna make sure I'm respectful of people's time. But before we go, we should do experience. Do. So there's like 4 questions. Ugh, sorry, I have like 10 books open right now. Experience and advancement. So sorry. Every time we end a session. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I have. Okay. Nobody failed. Nobody failed anything. Right? None of you failed any rolls?
Did Stella fail?
I did. I got
make sure you mark an experience for that. I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
Oh, I do get an experience for that?
You get an experience every time you fail, because you learn something.
Oh,
yeah.
love that.
It's very exciting. Shit. I'm struggling to find this thing. I apologize. There's like 4 questions that you can ask at the end of the game, and every time you do, or like everything that you did, you get to I apologize, team. I am like really, it's impossible to find this.
I am looking for it in the things that I have.
End of session. Okay, here we go. I got it. It's in the book. Okay, so at the end of every session, each player marks XP if during the session any PC confessed their love. Nobody did that. Any PC struck a blow against oppressor or de-escalated a violent situation. I'd say you all struck a blow against an oppressor. I would say you definitely did not. Well, you know what, Jesse, you de-escalated a violent situation. I'll give you that one. But everybody takes 1 for that, because I think everybody did some violence. Any PC leapt into danger with daring and panache. I think Ronica did that. I think Ronica, you can take an XP for that. Rob, I'm trying to remember what you did.
I said that it was that I made that quip zero chill and then attacked a dude.
That's panache. I'll give you an experience for that. That seems panache-y. And then Violet turned getting attacked into pinning a man against the wall, so I'm going to give you 1 for that as well. Okay. The last one is any player used a safety practice, such as adding to the palette or checking in. We did not have any safety tool usage, and that's on us. But in the future, if you do, we can. That's good. That's good, I think. And you get rewarded for it. So, amazing. XP rewards, blah blah blah. So, does anybody have 5? Did anybody like level up or advance?
I think we just got I just got 2, right? Or is it 3?
You probably
Is it
just
2 or
got.
3?
I think you got. Oh gosh, I just closed it. No, I didn't. Yeah, I think you just got 2. I think everybody got 2 except for Rob. You should have 3 because you failed. Congrats.
Yay!
Okay, that's it for tonight. That's it. We're at 8:52. We're wrapping up. Again, I have been regrettably Jake, and this has been the Come Out Roll. We are playing every Wednesday at 7. Come join us. We will be here again every week at 7. And we will be continuing this campaign for probably about 5 or 4 more sessions or so. So really, really excited to see where it goes. Thank you again to the team for being here. We've had with us here today, Jesse. Jesse, anything you would like to say before we close out?
Just thank everybody for coming and watching and joining us. And if you haven't, you can join the Discord. There's lots of fun in there. And we Tabletop Gamers has 2 cons coming up. PAX East, I think. Yes. And
Yes.
GaryCon in Wisconsin.
I
Yeah.
love it.
And yeah, shout outs to, because Jake also does streaming on his channel, and Rob is also streaming now some D&D, and I, glad you said earlier you do League of Legends, right?
Yes. We if anyone would like to join CMSA's esports Discord, you'll find us. We do weekly League of Legends, Fortnite, and Overwatch like games together. League nights that we organize. It's all free. You don't have to do anything except come make friends. So if you play any of those games and you would like to make friends, reach out to Jesse or Jake, and we'll get you added in.
Yeah, and yeah, thanks again, everybody. It was so much fun, and thank you, Jake, for running that.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Very
you.
well done.
I was very nervous. It's my first Thirsty Sword Lesbians, so I was a little bit unsure, and also we were locked out of the game until like today, so I wasn't able to put things together, and I was a little nervous, but I'm glad it mostly worked out. I'm really mad at myself that I forgot to turn on the backstage music because I worked really hard on making it sound muffled and distant, and no one got to enjoy that. So that's dark, but such is life. Thank you, team. We will see you all next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Everybody.